Hey, let's delve deeper into lesson number 21. In chapter 12, John introduces the great dragon, the ancient serpent, called the devil and Satan. Here in the first century, John has combined these images and ideas into the arch enemy of God and God's people. The dragon is the embodiment of evil. Evil is anything that is anti-God, everything that is an opposition to God, and everything that is not righteous. In the ancient Near Eastern and Mediterranean cultures, the dragon is associated with chaos and destruction and just the devastating forces that were beyond human control. Tiamat, the Babylonian dragon, that's associated with trickery and deception. Now, the ancient serpent is often identified as the serpent that lurked in the Garden of Eden. Now, the serpent in the garden is described as cunning, and that means it uses trickery and misdirection to derail God's plans for humanity. Now, there's no mention in Scripture of the serpent's origins. It just suddenly shows up in the garden and tempts Eve. Well, the writer of First Enoch identifies the serpent as Gadriel, one of the watchers, one of the fallen angels. Eve declared that the serpent beguiled me. It tempted her with half-truths and didn't tell her the consequences of her choice of trying to be her own God. This is an example of deception and the manipulation of the old bait and switch. Then John adds to the dragon and serpent the descriptor devil. In Hebrew language, devil has several different meanings according to how it's used. The word describes an accuser or an adversary, a demon or spirit, worthless or wicked, and a snake. In the Greek language, devil is a verb which means to slander, to accuse, and here's a good one who throws obstacles in someone's way. Anything that opposes truth and goodness and justice and righteousness can be called the devil. Lastly, John adds Satan to his list. That word devil in the Hebrew, when used to mean accuser, is spoken Satan. Just a little trivia there. Now, during the time that John wrote, Satan was gradually becoming personified as a single being. Satan becomes the personification of the dragon and the serpent, the devil, representing a personal enemy whose desire it is to lead you astray from paths of righteousness. All four names can be used interchangeably. I mean, Jesus told his disciples that he saw Satan fall like a bolt of lightning. Satan having fallen, by the way, is why the disciples have power over demons. The Apostle Peter wrote that the devil is poised to pounce and would like nothing better than to catch you napping. Well, we have one more name to consider, and that is Lucifer. Now, most people don't realize that the name Lucifer is not found in the earliest Hebrew and Greek manuscripts. That word in Isaiah 14:12 is Hail, which means shining one. And it's not until the 4th century AD that Jerome, translating the Bible into Latin, uses the name Lucifer, which in Latin means light bringer or morning star. The idea that Lucifer is a specific fallen angel does not originate directly from Scripture. It's rather conjecture that was popularized by Dante in his book, The Divine Comedy, which was written in the 14th century AD. So John has identified the enemy, though, for us, that's for sure. His vision of the dragon is the personification of all that stands against the will of the Father.